Growth therapy. Anyway, hi guys, it's me, Stephanie Megan, your host of Broco Therapy. And guess the fuck what? Guess who I have in the fucking building? And trust me, it's taken a lot of chances just to get her in here, or even to even hang out with me. I miss you.
I miss you too.
We have Rose McAleese.
Your
Rosetta
loud
Stone.
friend.
My loud friend.
Who's your loud friend?
It's you.
That's me. I'm back. It's been a minute. Yeah. So much has changed.
Dude.
I know.
So much has changed.
Bro.
You rolled up and I was like, we have so much to talk about.
So like literally it was just like, okay, we need a debrief. I could feel it like oozing out of me.
Right.
Like, we have so much to talk about. I was like, I'm here.
And I also
for
feel like
it.
we have so many topics to talk about that we literally like all of them would have been great. We just had to like
there will be 3 separate, I feel like a trilogy.
I don't even know where this conversation's gonna go, but it's gonna go.
Actually, I would love to see where you take it, because this is definitely going to be a therapy session.
And I don't even know where to begin. Well, do you remember?
Flashback. Okay.
Do you remember Ricky? You can't say his real name. Other name, you can't say it. So
yes.
If you guys remember the story about Ricky, then you a fucking real one, because I haven't talked about Ricky
in a minute.
Like, Ricky was like the dude that I like made out with right after Bobby, when I found out he had a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. I made out with Ricky, but he had a girlfriend. And so I ended it. I ended it because I was like, I'm not dealing. Did
you end it?
Yeah, I did. We didn't talk for like 3 months.
That's not ending it. You didn't ghost him. You zombied him.
No, I just told him like, we can't do this anymore.
But you're still homies.
We didn't talk.
Oh.
Like I cut him off, and he like respected my space and just, you know what I mean? Like, we were cool. Like, it wasn't like beef, but I just told him I felt like I was going through a lot mentally, and also like I was just like hurt by the whole Bobby thing, and then like hooking up with a guy who had a girlfriend. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Right. You were like, oh no, what's up? What's down?
I just didn't, honestly, it didn't even feel like dating. So remember I went on that dating cleanse, and it was
yes, I set by me.
Set by you.
I gave you the restart date of June 1st.
Right.
We put it in my calendar.
And I actually stuck with it.
Yeah, you did. Without me knowing, because I wanted to bring it up to you a couple times. And then I was like, don't. Out of sight, out of mind. Like, she's going to do this by herself. And you did.
And to be honest, like, I didn't even take it seriously when you were like, you have until June 1st. I was like, whatever, we'll see. But I just naturally was like,
June 1st.
And like June 1st came up. I was like, oh shit. I actually just did not even like try to flirt or date anybody.
Yeah,
and it felt really
on you.
Yeah,
that was important.
It felt really, really good.
I love that.
But I'm still a dumbass.
No, you're like here's the thing. You're a smart dumbass, because you know when you're being a dumbass. It's like a catch-22, where it's like, you're not insane when you say you're insane, because it means that you're sane.
I'm self-aware.
You're very self-aware.
Yeah. I think that like I am like emotional and I act on emotions, but I'm also just like, this is wrong.
I feel like that's
why are you doing? But like, I do it a lot.
That's like a lot of people, I feel like, where they're like, this is wrong and I'm doing it.
It's
but
just one of those things that are just wrong.
It's wrong.
Anyway, we reconnected.
See, I told you zombied. You didn't cut him off. You were just like, bye for now.
Because here's the thing, like, I actually, like, besides the attraction to one another, like, generally as friends, like, we really like vibed and kicked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you guys did have great conversations. And you did educate him in a lot of ways. I'm just going to say that right now. I will not talk about all his opinions, but the ones I did not agree with.
Oh God, he's definitely listening to this. He knows.
Hello,
exactly.
Ricky.
Hi, Ricky.
How you doing? You know where you be sidestepping and sounding dumb. But you're not a dumb guy, which is, I'm like, that's why I'm always like, bro, like, he is a smart dude. It's just, I'm like, come on. He
comes from a different world.
True. I always forget that. Like, where you grew up, a lot of your beliefs are attached to like your hometown, how you were raised. You know, it's like a lot of people that are like, we're born religious, like rebel against it. And they're like, I hate religion, I'm against it, you know? And so and we've talked about that before, the Jezebel, like Madonna complex. But so I understand. And he's like you said, he's always been willing to like hear you out. He's not one of those guys that's like, no, this is the truth. It's like, it's not necessarily the truth. It's your opinion. And then you have a good dialogue with him.
Right.
He does listen. I don't know if he's changed. I don't know his new opinions, but he does listen, which is the most important part.
Right. And that goes a long way, because if someone was like, even if they agreed with me, but they still were like very stuck in their ways, that's
no.
Yeah.
There's no growth in that.
Exactly. But yeah, so he's been in my life, and we've just been, kicking it as friends, and just, I don't know. It's like one of those things like where there's just like so much chemistry that like you can't deny that shit, man. Like I've been on hella dates, and you know this. And the thing is like I ended things with him and Bobby. And Bobby, I didn't honestly like you guys. I was super sad about it. Like you've heard the episodes. We've done the heartbroken episode, and I was honest. After that, I didn't even miss him. Nothing about it was just like. I mean, I think I was more upset about the rejection part, about someone not wanting me. But I was also just like, wait, like, but him as a person, like he's cool, whatever. Like no shade to him, but I just didn't miss what we had. There was nothing that I missed, So I get it. But with him, I was like, yo, I miss him. Okay,
I'm sorry. I'm only laughing because that's when you fucked up. That's okay. As guilty as charged, when you miss a dude, like genuinely, like, damn, I really miss this dude. That's when you fucked up, and you end up in a very happy, amazing relationship.
Because you're in a relationship. Let's give people the updates of what's going on with you guys.
So I date Moscow. He's my boyfriend. I love that kid.
Oh my God. Yeah. So Rose threw a party this last weekend.
Oh God, this is a true story.
And I went to go pee. And I see Rose sitting on the floor in her bathroom.
In my bathrobe. With my shoes on. I had like taken everything off, and I just put my bathrobe off, which is a great indicator to be like, get the fuck out of my house. Like I'm tired. Right. Yeah. Is walking around in your bathroom.
I know. I was like, damn, like we should probably leave. But people.
It was like 3 a.m.
One of the last people to leave on my bed.
You could have slept over if you wanted to, but I was.
Don't lie, bitch.
Yes, no, girl. I have like 5 air mattresses, and there was 2. 5? Yes, because I won't say where I got them from, but I have a lot of air mattresses. Okay. Well, my mom doesn't want me to ever admit that I ever steal, because I don't. Anyway, so that's the point of the story. Point of the story being like there was 2 girls that like crashed in my bed, and then there's 2 girls that crashed on like things. Because that's my other thing, is that as a sober person, when I throw house parties, I do have accommodations to be like, do not drive home drunk. Right. If you do take a lift, I will wait for the lift with you. Make sure you get into the right car.
Right.
Because my neighborhood's not sketchy. It's a residential neighborhood, but I like want to make sure you get in the right Uber.
Right. You get it together.
Yes, but I was in the bathroom, and just
be like, I love you, dear. Oh, Moscow. I'll block it out.
I was about to say,
I love you, Moscow. Like you're so great, and like everyone keeps complimenting the book that you got me, and then I was like, just peeing, like, who are you?
Oh yeah, that was the best part. I was like, oh, and Stephanie's peeing. She says hi, and you're like, hi.
Yeah, and I was like, no, but I loved it though. I felt like that gives hope, and I think that's why this is like such an important conversation, because I mean, like, you admitted it. Like you've had your fun. You've had a lot of fun, girl.
And so has he. That was like one of the things, is that we always joke where it's like, oh, we're 2 hoes that fell in love. Like we both like had a lot of fun, and we've had a lot of sex, and we've both enjoyed it. And right when we met, it was kind of that moment where you're both like, man, like sex isn't fun anymore. Like I kind of got at that point. And I faked it, for a lot of time, in the sense that like I'm enjoying it, but I'm like, not really. I'm not really connecting with someone. And then of course, it's always when you're not looking for it. I hate that cliche, but it's
or
the
like
best
when
way
you're
to
just keeping
it.
your options open and having fun, because that's kind of what I think the premise of this episode I'm trying to go to, because I don't know where the fuck this is gonna go. Was like keeping your options open, and you were having fun. You were keeping your options. You weren't really like just trying to do like one at a time, which I tend to do.
Right. But I did that though. Like I came back, we like hooked up all of winter break, and then I came back to
winter
LA.
Break, like we're in high school.
I know we're in high school.
Okay, you're the one that's acting high school right now. All of winter break.
He writes me notes. Just kidding. He meets me at my locker. He walks me home. But no, so then like I went back to LA after winter break. To be fair, it was winter break. As a writer, we weren't in the writer's room, and he was on his break from anyway. So I'm not defending my childhood statements, okay? My teenager ways. And like, I had this feeling where like a dude, it was so weird because I like landed in LA and a dude that I used to talk to texted me, and I just text back, I'm not bringing you into 2019. And that was like the last time I heard from him. And then
you said that?
Yeah, to this dude, because I was just like, I had met Moscow, and I didn't realize that this was how I was feeling about Moscow. But like, I go back to LA and like, I didn't try. Like, I didn't hook up with anyone else. I didn't like make the effort. Like, people would text me and I just wouldn't respond.
Right.
I just never engaged in any of the conversations. And then eventually the text messages stopped, and then his started. Like, you know, he would text me and be like, hey, how are you doing? And then,
because it's like you have this genuine like connection where you want to talk to each other.
Yeah. And we have a lot.
Like, and you can't help it.
No. And we have a lot that we're so different, because he's very left brain and I'm very right brain. I mean, he works in a completely different industry than me. He's very fascinated in what it means to be like a writer in LA. And I explained to him like what a showrunner is and what a producer does and what hair and makeup is. So it's amazing. And I don't know anything about computer science. I don't know what he does, but he's very good at it. It involves code and computers, and I know that he's on a team, and I know he's really a good leader on his team.
It's very technical.
It's very technical, and I support you, babe. Do you? But it was like one of those things where, and then we went on a trip together in Portland. Happened to be Valentine's Day weekend, and it was amazing. And then we spent another week together in Seattle. Then I went back, and we had some issues because we were like both basically just trying to fight these feelings that we had for each other. Like, you live in Seattle, I live in LA. Also, so
it's like a long distance relationship.
Yes, it is a long distance relationship, which we will talk about
because
but it is a long distance relationship. And it wasn't until you ask even you, like, all my friends were like, that's your boyfriend. I'm like, no, it's not. And it's like, no, that's your boyfriend. Rose, you're not being a hoe. You're being loyal to someone.
You're being monogamous.
You literally talk to this dude every night. Like, you are providing him with emotional labor. He's providing you with emotional labor. Like, you can talk to each other. You're supporting each other. And it's like, that's your dude. And the one and only, like, we have like tiffs where we disagree on things politically, but the one and only relationship fight we had was the relationship fight that we both agreed that we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right.
Because there was like this moment where I was just like frustrated, and I was like, he was like, what do you want from me? I was like, I want you to be my fucking boyfriend.
Wow.
And he just got quit, and I was like, fuck. And I just kept that. Sorry, Mom, I cussed too much on this podcast. And I was like, damn. And then he was like, I want that too. Yeah, fuck. We'll talk about Love Island in a minute, okay? We'll get in that in a second. I had to recap some. I didn't want him to like mug me off, you know? But then he was like, well, I want that too. I want to be your man. And so then we were like, what does this mean? What does this look like? So right now we're like, basically 7 months into this relationship, and I see him literally once a month. Like, I go up to Seattle a lot. He's come down here. Because that's the other thing is I'm from Seattle and he's from LA. So like we come and see each other's family.
You're gone like every other week.
Pretty much, yeah. And if it's, I always make it like I try to make it like a work expense or like a project where I'm like, okay, let me get like a writing gig when I'm in Seattle, or like something that's like a blog post or something that will like pay for my ticket.
Right.
But I have a lot of frequent flyer miles, so I'm taking advantage of that shit. But yeah, it's been really nice. It's hard. I won't lie. Long distance relationships are hard. However, where him and I are in our careers, it's probably the best thing, because I need to focus on like deadlines and writing scripts, and I like would feel so guilty if we were living in the same city and I'd be like, bro, we're gonna go weeks with not seeing each other. And he's also in the height of his career, like he just got a massive promotion, and so it's really nice to then be like, when I see you, it's you and me time. Like, it's completely dedicated. We just like
shut everything out. Yeah.
And it's exciting. Like, I still get goosebumps, like and like butterflies when he like picks me up at the airport. I'm like, I'm so nervous. Aww. All the time. And it's a really, really great feeling. And before I was coming here, I was like, yo, I might talk about our relationship. And he was like, no, I think you should, because you're kind of, he didn't say inspiration, but like, he's like, I think you know, Stephanie's listeners want to know that like a reformed hoe can find happiness. He didn't say that either, but that
there's hope in us all.
There's hope in us all, and there are good guys out there. And the issues we have in our relationship isn't about the distance. It's about our own personal insecurities. Because I'm a loyal asshole. Like, I have never cheated on any of my boyfriends. I've been cheated on, but I've never cheated on, and I would never cheat on someone. And I know there's people that are like, you can't say that. It's like, no, I can't. The same way that I know that I will never murder someone.
Right.
Just a definite in who I am. So it's just reminding him that, and him reminding me that, and the fact that we're not any other relationship.
Right.
And that's my biggest piece of advice, is stop comparing. Like, I actually I've never liked the hashtag relationship goals, because like you shouldn't.
That's just cheesy.
It's just cheesy. And also, like, you shouldn't you can't compare yourself to another relationship.
Right.
You don't know what they're going through. They don't know what you're going through. If you compare, then it's like, oh man, but like he said this to his girl, and like that makes, and you start overthinking, and the wheels start spinning, and it gets really nasty. So we always have this thing where, like, if I feel like someone else's relationship is seeping into ours, I immediately tell him, and I'm like, I don't like this feeling. And he's like, okay, let's just talk about this. Like, really
that's
big.
Good. I feel like that's what, like, I mean, that's definitely what makes a good relationship, is the communication, especially if the distance is so far.
Yeah. And even like stupid shit, like when you see like memes about like side chicks and like jokes on the internet. See what I did there? See how I brought it back? But things like that, where it's like, it makes me twinge a little bit to be like, or like, I know that I'm a jealous person. I know that it's something that I'm working with. It's something I'm working on. But I have a partner who's like, it's okay to be jealous. It means you care. It means you love me. So he's really understanding of it. And like, he has his insecurities, but he's like way better at dealing with his insecurities than me. And I think it's partly because he's a dude, and dudes aren't allowed in society to be insecure.
Right.
We don't leave them that space. But he does have his insecurities, but like, can talk to me about them, and it's not like awkward and weird. And I've never dated Moscow before. This is the first time I've ever dated a Moscow.
Yeah.
This is the first time he's ever dated a Rose. So we can't compare our past relationships.
I think that's like an important thing to say, is that you can't compare.
You can't.
I mean, I tend to do that.
And I think it's natural. It's naturally going to happen. You're going to compare constantly, because we are in such a compare culture. I mean, you look at Instagram and you're like, well, she's prettier than me, or she's skinnier than me, or he has better fashion. She has more followers. Like, you just naturally do that.
Right.
We shouldn't, though.
But we do.
So side chicks are...
Am I a side chick?
Okay, so I don't think you're necessarily a side chick, because you haven't hooked up with this dude.
We haven't had sex. That's the thing. I'm just gonna jump to conclusion and tell y'all. Like, me and Ricky haven't.
That's not jumping to conclusions.
That's just let y'all know.
That's just a fact.
But people are like, oh, they probably had sex, and they like wait till the end. No, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. We have never had sex. Have we made out and like dry humped? Yeah.
Oh, again, my favorite term, dry humping.
It's not like fucking denim on denim. It's just like, a little like
which is what I always think about.
Like, a little bit of like swerve on swerve, like, you know what I mean?
I hope this is the little like promotion video on Instagram. It's just me staring at you doing a swerve on swerve. Anyways.
Swerve on swerve. God. It's okay, here's the thing. Like, he doesn't ever talk about her. And that...
Duh. I'm sorry. Yeah. She knows. You know she exists. She doesn't know you exist.
She might. I don't know.
Oh, whoa. Wait, she does or she doesn't?
I don't know. Here's the thing. Going back to long distance relationships, they're in a long distance relationship.
It sounds like a very unhealthy one. Yeah,
he did. He came over last night. We had a very long conversation about our situationship, and he was, saying that like he actually doesn't see himself with her. There's something that like he's trying to get out of it, and there's just more to the story.
Okay,
I don't know. He didn't give me any details about that, and I don't press on it, because it's just like, that's whenever you're comfortable with telling me something, like, that's when he's comfortable telling me something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be like, but like, why? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, I'm not gonna press on it. Like, obviously you're clearly stating you guys are not gonna work out, you know? But the biggest concern about me and him, besides her, because that's a really huge concern, is that he's moving in November.
Thank God.
Oh my God.
That's no shade to him. Yeah, that is okay. Every time I come on this podcast, I don't know if you know, but I come here to defend my friend Stephanie.
Right.
Because sometimes the girl who hosts this podcast is very mean to Stephanie, aka you're mean to yourself. So I always have your best interests at heart. I want to make sure you don't get hurt. And I want to make sure that you walk away from this situation learning a lesson, but unscathed.
Here's the thing, like going back to being I'm very fucking self-aware of the situation.
Absolutely.
And I told him, I was like, because I've realized that I have actually like very bad abandonment issues, and I'll probably do an episode later about that. It's just like something that I've realized a lot about myself, and it's also something that's mentioned in the Medium episode, but anyway, Whoa,
that episode was heavy, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, but
just listen to it. It's great. Or watch it.
Oh, you listened?
That episode gave me chills.
Really?
Just because it was like one of those things where I'm like, mediums are cool ideas, but just the fact of like what she was saying to you, I was like, oh, ha. Like it hit hard.
Right. It did. It was like very emotional. So ever since that, it's been very like kind of emotional for me. And like, I've really been I've been like kind of like, you know, like reflecting back on like how I was raised, and it does make sense. I'm so hard on myself is because in my entire life, I've just been being, you know, and like just not really like appreciated.
Absolutely.
So it's and now that I've realized this, it's like it's a journey now to just kind of deal with that. So, but you know, abandonment issues is one of the things that I've come to realize, and but then like, and he's leaving, and I've expressed that to him. I said, you know, I expressed like my issues with that, and he was like very, very, very understanding, and like he was like, honestly, like, I feel bad doing this. Like, why are we doing this? Knowing that I'm leaving, you know, and like, and also he's in a situation. I'm like, fuck, like, this is just so, and then like, here's the thing. Like, I just, as a friend, like if I was like my friend, I would tell myself like, just fucking cut it off, dude. What the fuck are you doing?
Fucking cut it off, dude. What the fuck are you doing?
Right. But like when you really connect with someone and you feel something, and that's just like the scary part. Like, I actually really fucking like this dude.
Okay. So this is really interesting that you just brought up. So I've never been a side chick.
Yeah.
I've never been one. I've hooked up with a married man, but the second I found out he was married, I was like, deuces.
And I've been in that position too. And I remember even saying like, I would never purposely ever be like, if I knew I'm fucking out, you know, and as soon as I find out about other dudes, I fucking leave.
Yeah. Because I've been the victim of a dude having a side chick and then learning that he had a side chick and being like devastated.
And it's like woman to woman, right? Like, look out for one another. And like that part kills me. Like, I'll be fucking on it. Like that part, I'm just like, whoa, like this is just going against everything that I fucking believe.
Right.
But it's like, but also I don't know, like I really like him, and I know that doesn't make it okay, or like but I genuinely, like, I've been on hella dates, and with him, and we just really connect, and I just have a good time, and I feel like we don't agree on a lot of things, but we challenge each other. And I feel like even though we don't agree on a lot of things, he, again, like you're saying, he listens, so it's like this room for me to express myself, you know, in like a more deeper sense than just being like, oh, dick. It's like, no, this is what I believe, this is what I feel. And like last night when we were talking about how we felt, like I found myself like struggling to like say the things that I felt, and he was just like, just say it, just fucking say it, you know. And so it was like he was really pushing me to say it. And like I even told him, I was like, I don't see myself with this dude. I don't. And then, like,
okay.
But I'm gonna get into it.
I was hoping, because I'm real confused right about now. I don't know if the people listening at home are keeping score, but Rose is confused.
I am all over the place. All over the place.
Let me take a drink of my soda water. Continue.
Yeah. So, like, here's the thing, and we talked about this too, because he was like, you know, he's like, if we would get into a relationship, yeah, well, what would that be like? Whatever. And I was just like, I couldn't, because granted, doing a long distance relationship, and I know what you were doing when you were in one already. Because
I mean, not to quote my favorite poet, Genuine, but Differences. That's one of the greatest songs. What the hell? You do it to him. What makes you think you're not going to do it to me?
Right. It's one of those things. It's like, you know, it's kind of the foundation is not really fucking strong there. And also it's like my abandonment issues of you leaving, and if you come back, you know, you visit, it's like, you're going to keep coming back and forth. It's like, it's too much for me to handle, you know? And also like, I don't know. I feel like everyone comes into your life for a reason.
I completely agree.
And, you know, and so like, even if it's not something that's like forever and it's something that's temporary, like I look at this as like, I try to cut it off, but yet we're still like very drawn to one another. And that's something we both agree on. Like, we're just very, very drawn to one another sexually and mentally.
First of all, pause. Not sexually. I'm telling you,
well,
it
we
might
like
be
make out
different.
and just like,
but it might be completely different when you have sex.
Right. Yeah. Which I'm not ready to have sex with him, which it's a scary thing because the 95% chance it's just going to slip. But I've been doing, look, we hang out all the time, and I've been doing real good. Let me tell you, been doing great at it. But honestly, like, I just generally feel like I don't feel like I'm ready, and I don't want to, because I've told him this too. I was like, I will get attached. I will get attached. I can't just, and I've learned this with fucking Charles, Davion, fucking everybody, that like, if I have sex with you and we already have this like mental like feelings for one another, and I have sex with you, it's just gonna make like, it's gonna be, it's already hard as it is. It's just gonna make it harder for me. Why are you looking at me like that?
Okay, so this is for the movie nerds out there. I have this look on my face that I had when I first watched the movie Memento, and it got to the end and you're like, this movie was done backwards. And then you're like, what? And you find out the big reveal. However, I am just as confused, because you're like, there's nothing in this for me. Like, we're not going to have a future, but like, I'm going to get attached.
Yeah, because he's leaving in November.
Yeah, but you're like, there's no future in us, but like, I'm going to get attached.
Because because we're spending all this time with one another, and we're probably going to spend time together until he leaves. And if we have sex while we're hanging out, it just makes it even harder because I'm losing consistent dick.
But
and,
like,
you know.
Whoa, it's not even, no, okay, stop. Whoa, Stephanie, this might be our first fight. There's no consistent dick because you've never had the dick to begin with. It's not consistent. It would be if you were sleeping with him consistently.
Yeah. But I don't want to get to that point.
Yes, but like, here you are being like, I'm giving up consistent dick. No, you're not.
No, like, that's why if I would have sex with him and we would have sex every time we see each other, then he leaves. Like, I mean, it wouldn't be just about the dick. Obviously, it's about the person. I'm not, whatever. But like, it just.
No. You cannot have sex with this man.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not having sex with him.
No. I mean, like, ever.
No, yeah. I don't want to. That's what and that's why I like, trust me, I could have fucked him last, like if I know, I don't want to have sex. I don't want to.
Wow. Okay. I don't know if anyone else is. I'm so confused.
Okay.
I'm kind of like,
the thing, you're not,
he was dead the whole time. Another movie
you're
reference.
not like it's crazy, and I feel crazy because you're not the only friend that's just like, what?
I think it's also just, I mean, it's just confusing because, okay. Kind of like,
I'm confused, he's confused, we're all fucking confused.
Yes. And I also think it's one of those things where it's like, I don't think I've ever seen you like this, so it's weird to process.
But what's wrong with, what do you mean?
Not that it's bad, it's just like a different version of Stephanie where I'm like, well, first of all, you've never been in this situation before, right? And so it's like, we don't know how to react or handle this situation that we've never been in before. But then it's like seeing you and like knowing your morals and like knowing the type of person you are and knowing how incredible you are. It's like this trifecta of like, what the fuck? How did you get into this situation?
That's what I'm saying.
It's wild. It's a mind fuck. It is a literal mind fuck.
Like, I mean, he even brought it up. It was like, why are we doing this? Because it's like, we don't understand why we're doing it. And I'm trying to process it, but I'm also like, I want to hang out with him. And I've told him that. I told him that last night. I want to be in his space. I just want to, like, I don't like.
Okay, so here's my other thing is people that are listening and Stephanie being here. I love and support you and think you're amazing and beautiful and you're a little unicorn princess. I'm trying to understand it because like the whole reason why I even became a writer is because I want to know the why. I want to know why you ended up in this situation. I want to know why people do the things they do. I want to know why people cheat because I've been cheated on and I want to know why. And it's also interesting because you are the side chick and this is the first time, right? Okay, let's not call it a side chick. You are the emotional labor girlfriend. Yeah. And this is what I was talking about earlier about the whole emotional labor thing, where it's like, don't be that part of the girlfriend.
Should I just name this emotional labor?
Hashtag emotional labor. Don't be, if you're not the girlfriend, don't act like the girlfriend. Like, it's a difference. So
I shouldn't plan what to do for his birthday.
What the fuck? Oh my God. Wait a second. I'm over. Wait a second. Bitch, no. I don't even plan my good guy friends' birthday parties. I literally only know 2 of my home dudes' birthday parties. And that's because one of them shares a birthday with me, Halloween. And the other one I've known since I was 13.
Because his birthday's coming up.
I don't give a fuck. You know who's going to plan his birthday is his girlfriend. Why are you going to plan this dude's? Okay, see? Why are you trying to be a girlfriend? Bitch, I can't believe it. Oh my God, I'm so confused.
That's okay. Here's the thing that's so fucked up in my head. All right, this is therapy. This is fucking therapy. We have to dissect my fucking train of thought here.
Okay, go.
There is this one side of me that's just like, oh yeah, I want to do that. And the other side of me is literally you, Rose. Like the way your reaction is like, that is what's going on in my head where I'm like, why the fuck, bitch?
I love that. I love like, you know how like in the cartoons it was the angel and the devil. And right. I love how it's like this little like slutty angel on one being like, I want to try it. He makes me feel things. And then it's me on the corner eating a bag of like hoe chips being like, bitch, what the fuck you thinking? He got a girl though.
You're
I'm sorry. You're gonna have to turn that down. I'm sorry for the people who are wearing AirPods in their ears. Also, if you have both your AirPods, you're an adult. Anyway,
I
sorry.
know.
But no, that's what I'm saying. I will be that person.
I know. I thought I'd like, because I was like, oh, your birthday's coming up. You know, like what the fuck do you want?
No. You can get okay, here's the thing. You can get him a gift because I get my home dudes gifts, honestly. But you know what I did for Moscow's birthday? I'm not gonna plan a birthday.
I just want to plan like something to do with him, like fucking, I don't know.
Okay, can I give a suggestion?
Yeah.
Kind of like how February 15th is Side Chick Day. It's either the 13th or the 13th or the 15th, right? So what you can do is you can take him out to dinner, but it can't be on his birthday.
Okay. Well, good thing
because you know what?
Good thing he's actually going out of town on the week of his birthday, so I'm just gonna see when he gets back.
Perfect.
So it would be like,
because you know what I did for Moscow on his birthday?
What?
I took him to dinner. I had some of his friends meet us at the Ace Hotel. But do you know why I did that? Because I'm his girlfriend. Okay, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I know. Okay. But he did say that he'd get me thigh-high boots for my birthday.
If I heard, okay, and I'm not even gonna, okay.
Like, once I say this literally just happened like last night, aka this morning, and like, so I just feel like this is the first time I'm like processing everything.
Everything you're saying right now, you're saying out loud for the first time.
Yeah, I haven't told I haven't talked to anyone about this, so it's literally. I wasn't even planning on like doing this like, you know what I mean? Like we had other plans.
This was an episode about networking.
This was supposed to be
this was an episode that was supposed to be about networking. Teaching people how to chase their dreams, and that being a freelancer doesn't mean you have to be broke. But no.
And you weren't even supposed to come on to record today. It was supposed to be my other friend, and we're supposed to talk about something else. I feel like everything is just
this podcast's side chick.
Right. No, okay, Rose.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Like, you know how many times you know that you're not. Like, that's, come on, calm the fuck down.
I'm your main. But no, okay. I just I don't know. Side chicks are just such a weird concept to me. And so are open relationships, because I think that just means you're single with like more than one partner. Like, I don't think that like, it's kind of like, okay, this is going to sound like a weird metaphor, but like being in an open relationship and having a side chick is like being a vegetarian that still wants to eat vegan or vegetarian burgers. Like, you are a vegetarian. So why do you want something that resembles meat? Why do you want a burger? Go eat a fucking salad. So like when people are like, I'm in an open relationship, and then usually actually have a friend who's going through this right now where she's in an open relationship, but then came to me and was like, he cheated on me. No, he didn't. You're in an open relationship.
Right.
You only think he cheated on you because it hurt you. Because this is the first time he's hooked up with another girl. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? And there's probably outliers that exist, but I just don't think it's possible at all. And maybe it's because I'm loyal to a T, and I'm like, yo, when I'm with a dude, I am with a dude.
And that's my like issue too. Like I like even if I shouldn't be loyal to them, like but that's the thing. I'm going on a date this weekend, and like I told him about that.
Oh, and what was his reaction?
Well, he was cool with it. He was like, all right, like, cool.
He's not here. You don't have to defend him. What was his
No,
reaction?
I'm not defending him, but I'm just saying, like, he was just like, okay, cool. Like, he was chill with it. And then all of a sudden he was like, and we talked about it more. He was like, if you do kiss him, like, I don't want to kiss you. Like, I don't want us to continue kissing. I was like,
good. Then you should make out with this dude that you're going on a date with, just so that Ricky doesn't have anything. Like, just do it. Just make out with this dude.
I'm going to just go with the flow. If I feel like it, if I don't, like, I'm not going to, like, what he said is not going to stop me. If I feel a connection with this new dude, like, I'm not going to fucking just be like, no, Ricky told me I can't do this, like, it's just not. But what are your thoughts on that?
Where do I begin? Do we have another hour? Like, what's happening? I'm just so confused. And also but like, this aside, like I was talking about earlier, like I'm just like, side chicks and things like that have always confused me. Like I'm confused on why people cheat. Right. I'm confused on why people look for emotional labor in people that are not their partner. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Like,
I mean, here's the thing. Like I was saying, like, this is something that I would never, like, if you asked me even fucking like last year or even early this year, like, I'd be like, no, fuck that. I would never like intentionally like be with someone who has a girlfriend. Like, that's fucking, fuck that. Woman to woman, gotta look out for one another. And I still stand by that. However, it's almost like, okay, okay. I've always been really against it because my mom cheated on my dad. And, so I feel like I've been just very like, towards like cheating and stuff like that, and I'm not saying that this is making it right by any means, but it's almost like I feel like I don't even know. I'm not trying to make excuses either, but it's almost like I'm put in this situation to almost understand why people get into this. Do you know what I mean? Maybe somehow forgive my mom or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like, right. So I feel like I look at it in a bigger picture. Again, it's not making it right because I still don't think what I'm doing is right. And I don't want to promote that this is okay. And I'm just being honest about what I'm going through because maybe hopefully I could work it out while I talk it out and people could listen and be like, oh, okay. Like, I understand, even though I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
I think I'm the worst person to ask this about because cheating is such a big deal to me.
Right.
Like, it's literally, that is it. Like, you could, crash my car. You could, I can't even think of other things, but if you cheat on me, like, it's done. We're over. Like, I can never forgive you. We can't do this. Cause I've been the dumb girl who stuck it out. Like, my last dude cheated on me constantly.
Right.
And then the reason why we broke up is because when I broke into his Facebook and I showed him the receipts, basically, of being like, these are the messages that you sending to other girls, like, oh, Rose is just a placeholder, like, she means nothing to me, like, once we're over, it's you and me. He was like, I have to break up with you because you invaded my privacy and you're a psychotic crazy bitch, his words, for breaking into my Facebook. And back in my mind, I was like, bitch, I'm Veronica Mars. I hacked your Facebook. His password was literally password and then his birth date. But okay, sorry, that's a sidebar. But then that's the thing, is that it was such a manipulative, horrible, abusive relationship, emotionally abusive, that he made me think I did the bad thing, which was break into his Facebook. Right. Even though I knew, and that was the last straw. And then of course my ass groveled and was like, no, take me back. And then it wasn't until like I got my shit together, started, really taking therapy seriously and everything, that I like packed up my car and moved to LA, and I was like, okay, I'm never going to be that girl again. Right. And then I was single for 5.5 years. Now I'm in a committed relationship where both of us have been hurt in our past. And like, that is one of the first things that we both agree on. We're like, we're just not going to cheat on each other.
Right.
And it's kind of easy. So I think it's a little hard for me to hear this. I understand and love the fact that you're trying to own a perspective of being like,
and it's not even I'm trying to stand by this perspective. It's almost just like, I guess for me, like I stand by like just trying to get everyone's perspective, even if you don't agree, just getting that perspective.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah.
This is like what we were talking about earlier about, and like, you don't have to agree with someone to hear them out, right? You should just let someone say their opinion. And I think it's important to surround yourself with people who don't have the same opinion as you, because then you're in a vacuum and it's just, everyone's complaining about the same shit over and over again.
Right.
Kind of like at my job, but that's a sidebar.
We'll talk about another
episode, the networking episode, which should have been this one. But no, I think it's just really hard for me to hear, but you're right. I think there are going to be a lot of listeners that hear this who have been the side chick and who have been the victim of a side. And when I say side chick, I think side chick is a gender neutral word.
I'm a side chick. I'm a fucking side chick.
Well, I think it's a gender neutral word. Like a side dude, side chick. When I say side chick, I mean men, women. Piece. Yes, a side piece. I think there will be people who've been the side piece.
Maybe that should be the name of the episode. I don't figure it out later.
Emotional labor side piece.
Yeah. I'll think
side piece with the side of emotional labor. Anyways,
okay, whatever.
No, just call the podcast. Just call this episode a lot of sides.
Oh my god. Okay.
A lot of sides. But yeah, I think that like, I don't know if it's a good thing that I'm on this episode, but then it's also like,
no, it is, because I feel like you kind of put a perspective on everything. 1, the long distance relationship. 2, being cheated on. 3, being a side chick. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like you kind of have been through all of it. And I think that like, that's what friends are for, right? We go through these experiences. And then when your friend is going through something, you tell them like, look, I've been through this. And you're like, you're not saying you're being, well, no, you're telling me I'm being dumb. I'm gonna like you.
Okay, no, because here, like, no, hold on. You're not dumb. You're just making dumb choices.
Right.
You're a very smart girl. You're just making silly, dumb, young choices.
And it's one of those things where it's like, he even was just like, what's the finale of this shit? And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
How about the series just gets canceled? Doesn't even get us. If we're gonna, it just doesn't get a finale. It just gets canceled.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I was just like Love Island, and that's a show that should never get fucking canceled. Well, never mind. Sorry. Anyone who else watches Love Island UK, please find me on Twitter at Rose_Etta_Stone, and we can talk about John and Hannah. Anyways, but yes, I to the original like thought of it. You're not a bad person. It's just
bad choices.
Yes. It's just bad choices. And yeah, I feel like I am in a long distance relationship, but I love my relationship and he loves it too. And he
doesn't seem like, because he was even saying how he doesn't really feel guilty about.
Oh, your dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ricky.
And because again, like I see with you and Moscow, where it's like there is that true love, so that with that like comes the trust, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
and I don't know what's going on with him and with Ricky and his chick, but like clearly it seems like they're not together. Broke girl therapy.